So one of the question was, should we drink water during workouts, and if so, how much? Because I think some instructors do not recommend to drink water. Some of them do recommend. So what is your take on this?
Very essential. For that matter, when we started off back in the day in the 92s, we were the only gym that asked people to hydrate. Now, water being a very essential source for recovery, muscle hydration, and thermogenics. So what happens is when you exercise, your body starts emitting, you start heating yourself up, okay? And once you heat yourself up, you perspire, you sweat. Now, in order to compensate the loss of sweat,
Right.
you need to hydrate yourself. Now, the amount of water, an ideal routine of 45 minutes, and it all depends on the condition you're working out in. If it's in an air-conditioned environment or if it's in the winter, depending on the person too. An ideal amount of water is 1 liter. You should consume in a 45-minute routine, okay? In graduation, you don't gulp your water.
Right.
Down, yeah?
Right.
And not only will it help you hydrate, it'll also help you recover and help you from having any kind of muscle soreness as well as contractions. Many times you get these cramps. People who go down to the gym and they suddenly start cramping up.
Even athletes at times.
Even athletes. And that's the primary reason behind that is dehydration.
Right.
So ideally, you definitely need to drink water
Yeah.
while you work out.
The lactic acid gets formed
There's
up.
a lot of lactic buildup within the muscle, and that's the reason why your body starts cramping down.
Right. Now, a lot of people say that while training abs, one should avoid water or
Yes.
having a filled up stomach,
Okay.
especially when training abs.
True.
So, why is that so?
See, very, very clear, very simple. It's water. The first thing it hits is into your stomach. Now, ideally, you shouldn't consume water while you are doing your crunch because you could, throw up.
Right.
So, definitely don't advise you drinking water, while you're doing your crunches. Then again, it all depends where you're placing your routine. It's a routine eventually. Now, there are some people who prefer training their abdominals in the beginning of the workout, and then there are some who prefer working it out at the end. It all depends on how your routine is designed and your requirement and your need. So we can't actually come down to the point of saying, you need to train as you get down to the gym, you need to train your abs, or you need to train your abs at the end.
Right.
It all would depend on how that routine is balanced.
Right. I think gymming for now has become more of a place where people go to just build abs, and their only focus is on having six-pack abs because they see they're influenced by the Bollywood and Hollywood physique, and it's always focused on their abdominal muscles.
Yes.
But somewhere I think they do get lost that it's about overall development rather than just abs.
True.
What would you like to tell them?
When you put in the fact that people go down to the gym only for abs, you got to understand that just exercising your abdominals, you wouldn't actually see it happen because there are a lot of ways of actually training your midsection, and you train your midsection a lot when you do a squat. Is because there's a lot of weight load on your shoulders and you're squatting. It's a crunch on its own if you actually picture it.
Right.
Yeah. At the same time, you developed abs. You stress your abs when you're pushing up equipment like a military press. Once you're pressing over your head, you're focusing on your abs because you got to keep your midsection firm.
Right.
As a result, you're working on abs. At the same time, it's not only developing the abs, but it also creates a mind and muscle connection of how you should contract your abdominal when you're doing these movements, rather than constantly crunching and trying to, develop the ab. Because the abdominal muscle is actually a very stubborn muscle.
Right.
It's a very stubborn muscle. As a result, constantly, crunching, you would eventually end up injuring your back more than, actually see muscle development.
Now, social media has become such a part of our life that we see a lot on social media, various workouts that are being shown on social media as to, do these crunches for 30 times a day or so and so. What do you recommend about these various kinds of short videos and posts that are coming up and people referring to social media for guidance regarding physical workout?
It's a good thing. It's a good question. The thing is, it's not wrong to refer to social media for advice, as long as you crisscross it and find out, if it's going to work the best way for you. It's not going to injure you, whatever it is for that matter. May it be a diet routine or a workout routine for that matter. It needs to be, you got to understand that one fits all is not the way of going about. Everybody is designed in a different way to work out in a different way, and a routine has to be planned as to your body type and your requirements. Because there are people who have injuries, and after sustained injury, you couldn't possibly do something that A is doing and go on with it. So there's nothing wrong with using the net and learning from it. I mean, that's a good learning source, but you first need to also find out if that's the thing that's actually going to suit you,
our body,
and try it out on a smaller scale prior to actually progressing into it. There is no problem in doing that. It's an absolutely fine thing.
Hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you found the video informative, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also hit the bell icon to keep up with regular updates.